Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, July 14th of 2024. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Our topic today is prayers for peace and unity. And we're going to look at these prayers or bring through these prayers through the lens of a classic rock song that I'm very excited to share with you because it's really been in my heart. It's one we all know. It's the Song of Woodstock. I'll give it away. Written by Joni Mitchell and I think more famously sung by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Beautiful lyrics. Again, a reminder of the origin, our common origin, that all people and all everything on the planet, all of existence, comes from stardust, comes from the original matter, the plasma, the dust, right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We come from that original dust. And of course that speaks to my heart even more so since I've been studying the cosmology of sound and the step levels of creation from Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi over the last few years. You know, that's one of the initial layers of I think it's the fourth layer of our creation is the creation of the cosmic dust, the universal plasma, that dust that everything is formed from. And in light of in the United States here, you know, the assassination attempt yesterday on the former President Trump. And there's a lot of unrest, a lot of concern. I'm going to call it concern. There's a lot of heightened emotions. There's a lot of, threats of retaliation, threats of, game on. And that even though it was released that the shooter was a registered Republican, I don't think that word has gotten around, and there's a lot of talk of retaliation and everything else. So um, I feel like if we can come together today, I know we're all going to have our own prayers, and I'm going to invite you to share your prayers. And if you want to put them into the chat on the website, you're welcome to do that. I know we have a specific prayer for a personal healing there, which I'll share when we get going as well. I feel like if we could really come together today and remember our origin, remember where we came from, remember the journey that we're on, the lyrics of the Woodstock song. We are stardust, the chorus, right? We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So let that sink in for a minute. We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. All right, later it says, and maybe it's the time of the year, maybe it's the time of man. I don't know who I am, but life is for learning. That's another beautiful lyric from that song, Life is for Learning. You know, we are all cosmic dust that has come into a form, and consciousness is living in us and through us and expressing through us, experiencing this earth journey through us in order to know itself and return. Right? We think it's the separate us. It's not the separate us. There is a cosmic dust, a universal soul, and there is a ocean of living consciousness that we talk about all the time, right? We are open cups floating in an ocean of living consciousness. We are open cups, and the living consciousness flows through us, and it connects us all as one electricity, one light, one being. Here coming into forms. I sometimes think of it as a splash, right? And when you splash something into water, and all of the little droplets of water splash up and separate from the ocean, they eventually fall back into the ocean. Like we're in this splash phase. We're like floating through this existence, right? Thinking we're separate. and that we have no connection to the ocean. But we just splashed out of the ocean and we're going to return back to the ocean. And there is one ocean, one water. So while we're like splashing through the air, let's not fight each other. That's not what we're here for. We're not here for the division. We're not here for the fighting. We're not here for the hatred. We're not here for any kind of violence and retaliation and any of this. So I feel like if we could really bring our remembrance back to this place where we are all one, from the one cosmic dust, from the one ocean of living consciousness, from like the one source, the one origin. If we can remember that and remember the ocean that we're all falling back into and we've never left, God willing, we can bring down this rhetoric and this tone of divisiveness and separation and fighting and everything that the hatred and everything that's been going on in our country and around our world. I know other countries have been suffering a lot more dire than we have in so many ways. If we can bring that remembrance and really surround and hold the whole planet and just really focus on like being that vibration and letting that vibration emanate out and surround the whole planet to touch into every heart of compassion that does want peace, that does want justice, that does want equality, that does want freedom. Because in so many ways, we all want the same thing, but we're like dividing and fighting against each other, thinking that that's somehow how we're going to get what we need. And it's not. It is just not. That only makes things worse. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know you guys know that. So if we can use this to to just bring us back together. Another lyric from that song that I want to share is the one that says, I dreamed I saw the fighter jet. Let me get the exact words. I dreamed I saw the bomber jet planes riding shotgun through the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. So, let's bring some visualization and intention in a very strong and beautiful way to really just like all of the weapons transforming into peace, into like symbols of peace and freedom, and the hatred transforming into love and compassion. Let's do that in our meditation today so that we're really just bringing it back home, bringing it back to our cosmic origin as one being of light, love, and compassion that's here to know itself and return to its truth. One unified truth: love, compassion, light, justice, equality, freedom, mercy. Uh, back to the garden. Let's get ourselves back to the garden. And let's come into our meditation and healing circle. And just imagine us all coming together, sitting in a circle, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. And I want to invite you to make a prayer, make an intention of whatever is on your heart that you would like to pray for today. And there's a request here in the chat. So I am going to read this request also as a request to just make a prayer for healing for a very dear friend of this person that we will call Mo, who is undergoing treatment for cancer as we speak. So is offering a special prayer for that. And if anyone would like to share a prayer, you're welcome to put it in the chat as well. And I can read that as well. Okay. As we come into our circle, let's all come into a circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. The name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And together Let's call on our source. Beloved, we ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. Just imagine, perceive this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle. Streaming into the center of our circle, is filling all of this space with pure divine light. And imagine yourself as this pure divine light streaming all around you. Pure divine light streaming in front of you and all around you. And just let this light fall on your skin and be absorbed into your skin as you just draw your inhale inward into the core of your being. And let it pass through your skin, through your tissues, be absorbed into your bloodstream, moving all the way through your body, and let it be taken up into your electrical circuitry, into your nervous system, traveling through your circuitry, right? And really leveling out the circuitry of your nervous system, smoothing it out, right? All of the ripples, all of the sparks, all of the blocks, just let that be smoothed out. And let this settle your nervous system as this pure divine light travels through your neurological system. Just let it smooth it out. Let it settle your nervous system. And as you inhale, draw this light with your breath all the way into the vertical core of your body. It's halfway front to back, halfway side to side, as this light travels through the top of your head and along through your head, down through your throat, through your heart space, through your diaphragm, your solar plexus space, through your abdominal cavity, through your sacral center, and through your base. Just let this pillar of light move through the center of your body, halfway front to back, halfway side to side. And as you inhale, draw this pure divine light into that center. And as you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, really anchoring into your hips. Again, draw that pure divine light in through your core into this vertical pillar of light. As you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl, anchor into your sacral center, right at the center of that pelvic bowl, that space just beneath your belly button, halfway front to back and halfway side to side. You can feel that center of gravity there, that wellspring of life force energy that stems from this center. And let yourself anchor into that and lift your spine and lean back into your spine. And let yourself just like be under that waterfall of that pure divine light that streams through the center of your body. And just let that light fall upon you, stream upon you, shower you with pure divine light. And now let's soften up the heart space. You can do some tapping around your heart. Bring your focus, your attention to your heart center. You can do the tapping around along the front of your chest, up under your collarbones, and then a gentle feathering down the sides of your neck. And take a deep breath. Any of that clutter or tension that wants to release from your heart space, just let that, as you exhale, just let that blow out. And again, together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love. To imagine this pure unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle, and let your heart just turn straight to that stream of unconditional love, and use your breath like a breathing portal through your heart center and breathe that unconditional love all the way through your heart, all the way into this vertical core of your body where you're basking in this light. Just let this gentle waterfall of unconditional love flood your whole heart space and fill the vertical core, fill the core of your body with pure unconditional love. Let your body be like a sponge, like the very center of your body be like a sponge, and just draw this water up, draw it up into your body, filling every cell of this sponge with pure water of unconditional love. Just letting it all fill, pure water of unconditional love, filling every cell until every cell is saturated with pure unconditional love. Filled and saturated with pure unconditional love. The name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Let yourself bask in this pure divine light. Absorb in this unconditional love. And again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion and just feel this compassion filling the space all around you, right? Compassion is like the womb, from the same root word as the womb, and let it fill this whole space that surrounds your cosmic bubble. Let it be filled with compassion that holds you, that nourishes you, that nurtures you, that contains you, that holds you in this compassion. Compassion is nurturing, it is loving, it is accepting, it is protecting, it is always holding you and returning you and bringing you back home, home to the core of yourself, to the truth of who you are, this center inside of you that can rest in peace and know your truth, and also know your connectedness with all that is. You are not separate, not ever separate from anything, not separate from any provision, not separate from your pathway that is available to you, and all of the different possibilities and options of your pathway that are available to you. So whatever it is, and again, I invite you to make your own intention, your own prayer here. And there's a message in the chat that says, "For when I am ill, it is he who cures me. Amen." So whatever prayer you want to make for personal healing, for peace, and I ask you, if you with whatever prayer that you want to make, that you add a prayer for peace for uh, our United States and also for our planet. And just Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Imagine yourself, right? I want to say a little bit about the step levels of creation. The lyrics of the song say, "We are stardust, we are golden, we are a billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden." Let's think about that, because in the step levels of creation, the very first thing is from the pure mind of God, the first intellect, right? Which is all of the thoughts and the ideas and everything about how all this plan is the existence is going to come into form, into being. And that in some metaphors is called the pen that writes, right? Writes it all down. The second thing is the universal soul, the what's in the metaphor known as the tablet, that where everything is recorded. And it's like a multidimensional holographic space that everything is going to be written and played out upon. Okay, so there is the pen where everything comes through to that is to be written, and then the tablet where everything is comes through that is to be that was where everything is recorded. Those are the first two, and they're from the pure mind of God. One is the pen is called the first intellect. The tablet is called the universal soul. The universal soul, the one universal soul. After that is the established laws of nature, right? The established laws of nature. And you hear me talk a lot in our meditation and healing circles about the human being having free will, which means we're the ones that get to like use our will, our really it's our forgetting, right? When we forget that we forget the laws of nature, and we get to try to push the boundaries of it, play outside the the lines of the laws of nature and see what happens. And it's not real pretty, as we can see. It's not real pretty when we operate outside the laws of nature. We get to be the ones to conduct that part of the experiment, if you will, but it's still within the greater bubble, within the greater connectedness. Everything else in existence operates according to the laws of nature and functions according to the laws of nature, except for the humanity, the human being. And then we also get to the opportunity to return, right? To learn from our mistakes, to return, and then to evolve and evolve in our consciousness and our awareness and everything else, like returning back to a greater perspective and a recognition, realization of our connectivity with all that is. That's our journey here, right? Where the animals, they don't forget. They don't have the forgetting. They don't have we say they're less than us somehow because they have free will. No, they're not less than us. They've actually never forgotten. So they actually, to me, there are teachers, and they are higher than us. The nature, the plants, the trees, the water, the air, the clouds, the weather patterns around our planet, the way that the constellations and the galaxies and things move through the cosmos. These are by the laws of nature. How everything in this earth ecosystem, and as Muhammad Ibn Arabi says, we're not on the earth, we're in the earth, we are a part of the ecosystem, we come from the earth, our bodies are from the earth, our consciousness is from this ocean of living consciousness, and it is a merging here that's come together, but we are a part of the earth ecosystem. When the consciousness, when that splash, right, returns to the ocean, the body actually returns to the earth to decompose, to become part of the earth again. And, so we have to remember at our basic core level, we all come from the same cosmic dust. We all come from the ocean of living consciousness. We are all here to, yes, in that little splash ride that we're on, we forget that we are part of one ocean. But the ocean, the laws of nature that govern this ocean are the laws of, there is in the first intellect, it's the initiation, right? There is the divine name, the al-Badi, that's the initiator, right? And then after that, al-Ba is the resurrector. And those are those first two, the pen and the tablet, the first intellect, the universal soul, are governed by those divine powers, the divine power of initiation, the divine power of resurrection. These are all divine powers that govern these layers of creation. And there's incredible, it's like, each one of these is associated with a sacred sound. And that's in the ocean of sound that Amani Shalaby and I teach together. These, as Muhammad Ibn Arabi says, every sound is a world unto itself, right? It has cosmic dimensions. It has angelic components. And it has of course, its divine attributes and where it fits in the divine powers and the divine plans, what it brings through to the material existence. And so it has that material layer as well. And it's, and so much more, right? So much more. I mean, literally, it relates to phases of the moon, the zodiac, like everything. Um, so it's very, it's like fascinating, but just use this information to really recognize. And so I invite you to just make a prayer and intention, ask your your support system from the unseen realms, the angels, saints, prophets, your healers, helpers, guides, to help you to really open to that experience and the wisdom and the knowledge that you are a part of this greater ecosystem of the human being. It's to be a microcosm of the macrocosm. So you contain all of this within you. You contain like a representation or a clone of all of this within you, so you can experience it through your physical existence. And yet it's not about you. This is like an experience to help you to understand and to know the greater cosmic existence, the universal existence, the divine manifestation, right? So you're like uh, a rebirth of it in physical form that contains all of it within you so that you can know it and experience it from within yourself. But it is a representation of the cosmic existence. So let's bring it back there and for ask for that help. Ask for that help. Ask to see and to feel yourself as an interconnected cosmic being, that stardust. And just looking up the divine name, the divine power, and actually have two different references and this is one of the lines where the two different references have two different things. One of them has the divine power of the last. Like there is the first and there is no first, the last and there is no last. You know, there is the beginning and there is no beginning, and the end and there is no end, right? Because outside of this time and space dimension, there is no time. This is outside of time, and yet, right? In this existence, we are within time. We are in a time and space realm. So the dust, that universal plasma, is governed by the divine name of Al-Akhir, which is the last, like that to which we return. The ashes to ashes, dust to dust, that to which we return. And on another reference, it's Al-Hakim, which is the wisdom, right? So it's the last, or it is the wisdom, or it is both, right? And it's, as Fauzia speaks of this letter in this divine name, it is both the cause and the effect as spirit in form experiences itself. So here we are, spirit coming into a form, right? Into a cosmic dust to be formed, right? The formation hasn't happened yet in this layer, but it's telling you that this cosmic dust experience is here to hold a consciousness, a form for a consciousness to come into form and experience itself through the realm of cause and effect. So what are we here to experience? And what are we here to know? What are we here to recognize, realize, and what are we here to return to? We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. And I don't know who I am, but life is for learning. So let's really bring that in. Let's just call on both of those divine names. Al-Akhir, the last, and there is no end, right? There is no time, there is no last, but it is the last, that to which we return. And Al-Hakim, the wisdom, right? The consciousness coming into form to experience itself through cause and effect. Boy, are we ever, right? Yes, we are. So let yourself just drop in and rest into this cosmic existence of yourself. Feel yourself connected to your own inner stardust, your own golden stardust, billion-year-old carbon, that which has come from the stars to bring your particular vessel into form, to be inhabited by your spirit, to experience. For a spirit, you are a conduit for spirit to experience itself. It's not about you. You are a conduit, or your body is a conduit for spirit consciousness to experience itself in form in this realm of cause and effect. So just let that drop in, okay? And really let yourself just, again, returning to that upright spine and that light moving through the center of your body, and that pure unconditional love filling your entire core. Draw that in as you inhale to your vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Anchor into that center of gravity right in the center of your pelvic bowl and lean into your spine. And just ask your cosmic support team to help you to experience yourself as this cosmic dust, this universal plasma that is the dust that we come from and the dust to which we return. Ya Akhir, Ya Akhir. Ya Akhir, Ya Akhir. Ya Akhir, Ya Akhir, Ya Akhir. And the sacred sound associated with that dust, that stardust, the cosmic dust, the universal substance, the plasmas from which all things arise, is it's that breathy H that comes from the center of your chest, not that subtle H, and that comes from that center of your chest, just kind of halfway between your heart and your like sternum notch in your throat there, a breathy H. So, that's like it's that breath of spirit that really blows into the physical body, right? That blows into. There's other associations with that as well. We could talk for days about it, but right now, just see if you want to just bring that breathy H through and let that like fill your chest space. and let yourself again drop into the vibration, right? Because that when you bring that sound into your chest, your body is mostly fluid, mostly water, 75% water. When you bring sound into fluid, it creates ripple, right? It generates ripples and vibrations and makes form, right? We've all seen different sounds, different sound patterns brought through water will create different patterns, different shapes, different forms. So just let yourself kind of bask into that fluid in the center of your body and bring that breathy H through and let yourself kind of just be in the rippling of it. And that vibration carries meaning. And the meaning is the like the receptors for it and the knowledge of what it means is within you. But we use this to awaken the knowledge that is within you. Let it awaken you. So just rest into it. Be the witness, be the observer, and rest into it and feel like let that vibration that contains that information, just let that information like be absorbed like bits on of the computer, right? Just let that be written into your consciousness, becomes a part of your knowledge, a part of your knowing, your conscious knowing. It is already a part of your knowledge. It's a part of your knowing. Just let it become conscious as it's written into consciousness as you rest into your chest. Let that vibration move through you and be a witness to it. And feel yourself as that cosmic substance from which we all come, that is totally immersed in this pure compassion, this unconditional love. It's a vibrational, existential love and compassion for all. It doesn't separate us, it unites us. So let yourself be in that cosmic experience. Feel your sameness, connectedness, and unity with all of the dust from which everything arises. One universal cosmic experience, one dust, one dust formed within one set of laws of nature from one universal soul. Right? We have the first intellect, the universal soul, the laws of nature, and then the cosmic dust. Feel yourself floating back into that realm of existence, leaning back into the back of your heart, anchoring in your pelvic bowl, uprighting your spine, leaning back into the back of your heart, and bring through that sound of the breathy H, and as you bring that through, just like let it, again, let it stay within the center of your chest. Let the ripple be in the center of your chest and let yourself drop in like you're floating in that ocean inside yourself and let those ripples move through you, the vibration and the formations that are created through that sound and that ripple as it moves through your fluid body. Just let that just generate or awaken the knowledge from within you so it becomes a part of your consciousness, of your consciousness, something that is known to you on a conscious level that you can experience, remember, and live. Let it awaken it from within you so you can remember and you can be it and live it in a conscious way, connected with all that is, immersed in unconditional love and compassion. And remember, this one is also in a different system from the divine name Al-Hakim, which is the knowledge, the wisdom. Al-Hakim is the wisdom. So again, let's call on Al-Akhir, the last, from which everything comes and to which everything returns, and Al-Hakim, the divine power of wisdom, the wisdom. Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim. And again, these are all sacred sound codes that when they flow through your body and ripple through your body, they awaken an inner knowledge inside of you that has been, like as the poet Rumi says, you're not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop. Your drop of ocean contains the knowledge of the entire ocean from which you have splashed, into which you will be falling back into. All of that knowledge is contained there. So let this ripple just awaken it for you so that it becomes a part of your remembered consciousness. Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim, 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 Al-Akhir, Al-Hakim. Bismillah. And now let's just imagine this Akhir, Hakim, right? This universal cosmic dust that's surrounding the entire planet, that is connecting all of existence, everything, seen and unseen, from that's imaginable from this existence, comes from this cosmic dust. Here, the last, right? The first and the last, the beginning and there is no beginning, the end and there is no end. It's that to which everything comes, from which everything comes, and to which everything returns. Here, and the wisdom infused into this as the consciousness is coming into form to experience itself through the realm of cause and effect. Immersed in this ocean of living consciousness, this womb of compassion that is born of unconditional love. Okay, so just let's imagine that surrounding the entire planet, connecting everything in existence through the memory of its origin. One substance, through one universal laws of nature, of one universal soul, from one initial intellect, divine intellect. And just visualize, if you can, visualize that surrounding our planet and infusing the planet and everything on the planet's surface. Just infusing everything on the surface of our planet with this memory of the cosmic existence, the stardust, the memory of the stardust, and the memory of the laws of nature, the memory of this unconditional love and compassion, all the way through the earth into the core of the earth, and all the way out into the cosmic realms, And let's just make a prayer and a visualization that the hatred be transformed into love and compassion, that the separateness be united so that we know ourselves as one. And make the deep plea from the bottom of your heart as best you can, from the deepest place within you, and the most sincere, the deepest yearning that you have for peace and for unity throughout our entire planet and all of the places where people are suffering, where people are in wars, from the nations fighting each other to the households, bringing peace. And also, I got to add the political parties, bringing a recognition to turn away from that which divides us and separates us and see each other as brothers and sisters, one universal body, one universal soul. The step after the cosmic dust is the formation of the universal body. It's the universal body, and then the step after that is what brings shape and form. What gives shape and form. So we're from one universal body, one universal soul, one cosmic substance, one set of laws of nature born from love and compassion, from one intellect. And let this, any knowledge that's been awakened within you, whether you're recognizing it now or not, let's just drop into gratitude. And as you drop into gratitude, let your heart bow. And as your heart bows, just invite the consciousness from every cell of your body to bow and to open, and let this knowledge that you've received really just seep deeper into your cells, into your cellular consciousness, and really become a part of who you are in a material way. Know yourself and to be. Let yourself be transformed to what you're here to be and to carry in this world from this day forward. And let's make the prayer for our earth also, and everything in its existence, within its existence, for it to be what it is here to be, to learn what it's here to learn, to know what it's here to know, and to return, God willing, to unity, to love, to compassion, to truth, to a recognition of our one universal body, one universal soul, no separation, born of love, held in compassion, coming to know ourselves as one light, one love, through the deep sincerity and the purity and the sacredness of all of existence. And again, let this anchor all the way into the core of your being. This knowledge is really absorbed into who you are and what you are. One being, one being, one body, one heart, one soul. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. So as we end in gratitude, just let yourself stretch out your toes and your feet, circle your ankles, and feel your presence all the way through the extremities of your body. You can stretch out your fingers, circle your wrist, circle your shoulders, stretch out your arms. Feel your presence in your extremities as well as in your core, right? Let this isn't a meditation you leave your body to do and to experience and then come back to. You're doing this from within your body, transforming your nature at a cellular level to remember the truth of who you are, awaken you to your true existence. So you be kun fayakun, be, and it is, so that you really embody and be who you are created to be and carry that forward from this day on. Okay. So I thank you for being a part of this today. So if you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, sign up to receive the reminders and the replays. When you do, you receive 2 free gifts. One is the 10 spiritual principles of our human existence. It's a one sheet you can print out and put up and where you'll see it on a daily basis to remind yourself the truth of who you are, what this world is about, what this life is about, why we're here, to help us to keep things in perspective so we don't get caught up in the entanglement of the divisiveness and the separateness. That's not why we're here. Well, in one sense it is, but we're here to return, ultimately to return to know ourselves as one unified being, one universal body, one universal soul, one cosmic dust existence through one set of laws of nature from one heart, contained in the same womb of compassion, one body, one ocean of living consciousness. All right, you also receive a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation to help you to connect on a daily basis. I hope you'll use it daily to connect with your pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion, the truth of who and what you are within yourself. All right, with that, I thank you very much for being here, and we'll open now for Q&A.